Alright, meteorologist Dean Davison, the Weather Pros, live. Weatherblocks.com, stormsquad.net, and we're going to talk here about temperatures over the next few days, the warm up, and then the cool down to the fall air. What about Maria? What's Maria doing? We do see on here, we do have Jose still. And you see how Jose just wobbles around as temperatures in the 80s here in the Roanoke Valley and the Philadelphia area. Here comes Maria. As you see, it's very slow. One thing I do not like about this is, look at the wobbling. Look how close on the GFS this is getting to the coastline, and it has the bands around it. So we're talking about wind even into the Roanoke Valley before this thing would come and move out to sea, and temperatures after that will be in the 60s and lower 70s. So it's something we got to watch out for here. Like I said, the GFS is being very bullish now. You know, it's coming in, it makes a quick shift to the left, comes near the Outer Banks. You'd get probably tropical storm to hurricane force winds there, and then it would move out to sea as the cold front comes in. So let's take a look at wind speed. Then I'm going to look a little closer at different models. So here's Jose. You see it moves out. And then you get the wind increase from Maria. And here's where it gets complicated, because you get Maria coming in, and it gets very close to the Outer Banks, where actually this would show that the hurricane force winds would be right there at the Outer Banks area. So we got to watch this so close. We're talking about 82, 80 knots. And then even inland, we're talking about 20 to 30 knots in the Roanoke Valley. This is for the GFS. Still, stuff very much can change, but it's one thing we got to watch out for. Next look is the Euro. As you see, here's Jose. It's still concerning me. 48 hours from now, you see it's moving to the west-northwest. We get that little bit of a northwest turn 96 hours out. It's still coming closer to the Outer Banks, just not as close as the GFS is. And then it bumps itself out to sea. But the point of the matter is, now that's two models. I'm going to take a look at NAM. The NAM right now. Look at the NAM, and then we take a look at NAM Nest. And then we'll go to, and look at other ones. But here you go. NAM shows Jose spinning its way about. Maria should come into picture towards the end here. And it shows that it's still out here, but what happens after that? Does it move towards the coastline? That is the major question right now. It really is. This is more or less the Canadian, a level of the Canadian model here, not fully the Canadian. But you can see there, same thing. You see this trough coming in here, and that'll be the push that Maria needs. Then it gets cool. But what else do we see here? We have another tropical type system, and that's kind of odd also. And then we start getting into much cooler air. I mean, we're talking about much cooler air. I guess I like looking at this stuff because you can see a lot happen. Like I said, the GFS is becoming a little more bullish. At the end here, we still have that potential for another tropical system in the beginning of October. So now I take a look at a lot of consensus models, and they are really good up here through the 96 hours. Then a lot of them, over half of them, go back towards the Outer Banks. Remember, this is a large storm, so this, even being in this region, you're going to get effects here. Closer to the coastline, the more effects inland. So that's currently one of. Then we have the GFS ensemble members, and you see where the GFS comes pretty close to the area of the coast, but you do see ensemble members do make landfall. So this is something we seriously got to still consider. It's not a done game. This high pressure could push this in, and a lot of people are making it sound like it's not possible. Like I said, here we go here, Canadian, And in the Canadian ensemble, same way. About equal chances either way. It's still confused where it's going. Is this pie going to block it in and move it towards the coast and then move it out to sea? That's going to happen. It's going to come this way. It's going to come northwest and then shoot out to sea. The question is, will it make landfall or near landfall before doing that, or will it be further off the coast? That is the thing we still have to find out. Like I said, over half the ensemble members on a couple of different types of models are moving it closer to the East Coast. Something very much, so don't throw this away by no means. I don't want anybody throwing this away, because it's just I would call that a very unresponsible way of doing things. If you take a look at the satellite picture, I mean, this thing's beautiful on satellite. And I'll throw the broadcast plots up on it. As you see, nice center circulation. It looks like it's getting an IRAW replacement cycle going on. And then it's moving up to the northwest. Should be a category 3. And continue moving. We throw wind profiles on there. Obviously, you can do that. Fronts. See if anything's good and interfering, which is not. So, that being said, this is going to move east of the Bahamas, and then we have to watch out what it does on the coastline. So, all interest on the East Coast, specifically Virginia and North Carolina, need to be watching out closely to where this goes over the next few days, and we'll keep you updated here at the Live Weather Blogs, Live Weather Blogs, the Weather Pros, and StormSquad.net. But anyway, until then.